I have some good news that I'm going to have Christopher Rufo. He's a contributing editor at the City Journal and senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute. The guy is a machine. He is really the guy who first really started to expose critical race theory being taught everywhere. I think it started in Seattle, I think is the first time I saw it, and then has been chasing it and has some... I think some things that are coming that are very exciting. People are starting to stand up. And in fact, there's one major corporation that just kind of pulled back a little bit, which was a little surprising. Christopher Rufo is with us now. Hi, Christopher. How are you?
I'm very well. Good to be with you.
Thank you. So let's start with Disney this week. We found out through you that they were putting everybody through this critical race training. And it was pretty horrifying.
Yeah, it was. It was really shocking. I had multiple sources within Disney leak me these documents as whistleblowers. And Disney was saying that America was founded on systemic racism. It was telling employees that they had to listen to their black colleagues and not question their lived experience. It was also recommending resources where employees could take a white privilege checklist to see exactly how much white privilege they have. And it only got worse from there as things delved into politics. They linked employees to a resource that said that they should defund the police, decolonize their bookshelves, and join a local, quote, white space, whatever that might be.
So Disney issued a statement to your release of their documents and said these internal documents are being deliberately distorted as reflective of company policy, when in fact their purpose was to allow diversity of thought and discussion on incredibly complex and challenging issues of race. I know it's hard to keep a straight face even reading this. The Disney brand has
a long... It's like a press release from the Soviet Union. I mean, it really is.
I mean, it's
just breathtaking, and it's just pathetic attempt to deflect. But the fact is that they confirmed that the documents were authentic. I posted the entire documents in full, so can't be distorted. And then the real switch was the real funny thing is they said, well, you know, we love inclusivity. We've directed films like Moana and Black Panther. I mean, it really is that I have black friends defense. It's like, no, we're not racist. We made Black Panther is one of our best films. I mean,
right.
You could see the corporate PR office just imploding in on itself. It was a pretty beautiful sight.
Yeah. I will say, Chris, though, they accuse you of intentionally misrepresenting these documents. I mean, you did post them all, but they said you intentionally were misleading people.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that seems to be the go-to move. When you get caught with your pants down, you have to point your finger at the person who's there. So, you know, they claim that I distorted them. You know, that's categorically false. I posted the entire set of documents. I did direct quotes. I posted contextual screenshots. And then the real proof and vindication from our reporting is that within 24 hours of making this press release, Disney deleted the entire diversity and inclusion program from their internal website. So if they were so proud of these documents, if they felt like they wanted to stand by them, they wouldn't have deleted them. And I think that's the ultimate vindication of my reporting.
Well, pardon their pixie dust. Let me ask you, do you think this is, I don't know if you saw that report from, was it Oklahoma? One of the teachers that was very upset at critical race theory being banned, and she said, I'm going to teach it anyway. I don't really care. I'll find my own way to do it. Do you think that's what's happening, or do you think they actually got enough pushback on this to go, wait, we shouldn't maybe go there?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Time will show us exactly where, but it's possible that it will come back. But I can say with a high degree of confidence that it's not going to come back in the same form. And what I think the dynamic that I'm hoping to create can do is that when we expose these programs, which are not diversity training programs, they're political indoctrination programs, we raise the cost on these major companies. And if they are getting pushback, if they're getting blowback, if they're getting heat for these things, it gives corporate executives, who in many cases probably don't even want to do this stuff, it gives them an easy out to cancel them, to reduce them, to limit them, to restrict them. And that's really the name of the game. We need to shift the incentives so corporations now pay a price for promoting these programs. And then it gives the reasonable and rational executives who want to just focus on business, it gives them an exit ramp that they can say, well, this totally blew up. We need to totally rethink this program. We've seen it with Coca-Cola. We've seen it with Disney. We've seen it with Coinbase. We've seen it with Shopify. A lot of companies are now starting to reverse course on some of these most destructive programs.
But I do wonder if it's a smokescreen. I mean, Common Core came back to many states just under a different name. We have to be vigilant because they're shapeshifters. They really are shapeshifters. What are you seeing in the future? What are you seeing? I mean, I'm just going to come right out straight and ask you. I have heard that there are some things on the horizon that people are mobilizing with, and there is dramatic pushback coming. Is that, you care to comment on any of that?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I without revealing too many details, I'm planning on continuing this series on woke capital. I have a number of major Fortune 100 companies in my crosshairs. That reporting will be coming out over the next few months. And then also, Republican congressional leaders, leaders in the Senate, leaders in the state legislatures, and then also state attorneys general are all starting to really mobilize on this issue. They realize that 70 to 80% of the American public rejects critical race theory in the classroom,
right,
rejects critical race theory in the workplace. So this is a very much a winning issue, and I'm starting to see all of the pieces come together to build this great machine to start fighting back.
So have you seen, because the polls show that it's really only the uber liberal white Democrats that are for this. Most Democrats aren't even for this. Are you seeing them stand up, or is it just kind of, I'm not for it, but I'm not going to say anything?
Oh, I've sensed a complete shift in momentum, especially within elite institutions, corporations, private schools, public schools, agencies. What's happening is that the more that people stand up against this, it reduces the cost for others to stand up against it. So we have very courageous parents in Loudoun County, Virginia, Fairfax, Virginia, Cupertino, California, Springfield, Missouri, Buffalo, New York is starting to happen, where parents and families are starting to push back, and then they're giving, they're clearing out the way so people don't have to be scared. And I think that's really the ultimate problem that we're facing that we need to solve, is that people are terrified of speaking out against this stuff, even if they don't believe in it. And as you said, the evidence is in. Most Americans don't believe in this. Most Democrats don't believe in this. And most racial minorities don't believe in this. So we have to take the initiative to break through that wall of fear that people have of speaking out. And once we do that, we can go on pure offense.
Christopher, thank you so much for all the work you do. I appreciate it. Thanks for being on the program.
Thank you.
You bet.